Hi, welcome back. In this video, we're running through the final setup of my Pikes Gen 4. You might recall this bike from my very first bike video. And what I really liked about it is the way that it folds. I took it to some important events that I've been in, generally riding around the city, and even with some friends who are already Brompton users. At some point, I even managed to convince my girlfriends to buy the same bike. It's been my go-to bike for running errands, casual rides, but what not many might know is that I had to change its setup a couple of times, and it was really a journey before we got to this. So now I'm here to share with you the setup that I was finally satisfied with. Most of what you'll see here is to reduce the total weight of the bike because the frame was made from chromoly steel. I didn't do long rides with this one, but I spend most of my riding time also walking around the city with it, lifting it up, carrying it up the stairs, escalators, so it needs to be very easy for me to pick up. Now let's look at what's behind the cockpit. I have my bell mounted invertedly because it's easier for me to reach it with my index finger. Similarly, with my shifter, I push it with my thumb. For me, it's more comfortable to have it this way. Little by little, I also upgraded what I can to titanium. It gives more contrast to the silver parts that I have without really taking from the setup. And of course, the weight reduction is a plus. If you're upgrading your hook, make sure you get the E-type if you don't have any fenders. And on the subject of colors, you would notice that I'm trying to keep a proportion of silver, gun gray, red and black on this bike so that I could keep that classic look. I mean, I've even gone as far as taking the color out of this Rock Bros bike light that I have. Yes, this was previously black. It wasn't as easy to do, but it's cheap and it's definitely one of a kind. I know you'd notice that I probably haven't left anything stock on this bike other than the frame itself. I mean, I even changed the cable housings, right? But that's not a comment on the quality of the parts of the bike. A lot of it really is just about the overall look that I want to have for my bike. There are parts that I change for more than aesthetic reasons. For example, the folding pedal and the shifters. But given all the other trifold brands right now, Pikes would still be my first choice. And why is that? Well, for me, it's the compatibility of parts that I was able to transfer from this bike to my Brompton. Of course, the price is also a factor, but the biggest selling point for me is the longer frame. I know it sounds so simple, but the longer frame allows me to push the bike half folded when I go on walks. And for me, that's just very convenient. Now, I read up on some issues regarding the suspension block, so it's something that I had upgraded to Brompton, and also the bigger wheels helps me to provide more clearance when I push the bike. Since I carry and pick it up a lot, I installed the frame leather protector, and to protect the frame from the wheels, there's also the bottom bracket protector, and of course to protect the triangle frame, we have the triangle frame protector. I fold this bike a lot, and so for me, these are the bare minimum protectors that I need to have installed on my bike. Before this, I had three 20-inch bikes, and I just don't see myself coming back anytime soon. This is my first trifold bike, and it's also the bike that got me back into cycling. It helped me realize the convenience of having a trifold bike and also appreciate its riding style without yet having to commit to the price of a Brompton. This oval chainring gives me an advantage on flats, and it might be a compromise on weight, but I'm using my trusty MKS pedal. This is the easy version, meaning one of the sides is quick release. When I shot this video, I still have the old tensioner design installed on this bike. But as you know, I also have a Brompton and I already upgraded to the new design that allows for more external gearing. I also chose to add a side stand, even though I know that I could keep the bike half folded, because I noticed that on inclines, it's kind of difficult to keep it standing when half folded. Already anticipating your possible questions about this bag, this is not the original Metro bag. This bag is sent to me by a dear colleague and friend from Singapore. Unfortunately, I don't think that it's available locally in the Philippines. But what I'm curious to know is how many of you are Pikes owners? Are you looking to upgrade some parts of your bike after watching this video? Or maybe you're also using other trifold bike brands. Maybe you finally own a Brompton. So this is the last ride that I had with my bike. Most of the parts I upgraded, I transferred to Yoda before I sold Dexter off. Before we end this video, I also want to give a shout out to Juni Bob. I know this took so long, but I'm hoping that you're still enjoying your bikes. And if like BCD 3rd Gen, you also want to hear my opinion about the difference between Pikes and Brompton, let me know in the comments below. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it useful. And please subscribe, because I don't think that this is the last time that I will be making a content on Pikes. I know that there's also 14-inch trifold out there, so let me know if that's something that you want to see. Thanks for watching until the very end of this video. This is Malaya, signing off.